Hello, this is Babam. Today I was just going to show you something I've been working on. Been working on some trees. Um, they are using the logic of the 3D automata. However, unlike the 3D automata mode, these automata are non-totalistic. So here's an example of a tree that I just grew, but we'll fly away here and we'll build another one. But this is actually available. If you want to use it, you can get it from GitHub and play with it yourself. It's in early development, but I just wanted to show you my progress. So all we have to do is activate the remote control, and we have a new tab here called Tree, which I'm on. So all you have to do is set the final block to default :tree. You can grow your tree out of stone or whatever you want to grow it out of, and make sure that destructive is checked off here, otherwise it doesn't work properly. And we'll do 80 generations and see what that does. It's really best if you just start from a single block here. So you start the block and then back up immediately, and you can watch the tree grow. So unlike the regular automata, there are probabilities involved in this. So each tree will be different, randomly branching out, and the leaves grow with each generation, but you can see that the tree itself is all made of active automata blocks until the final. I'm not sure why I didn't get a nice trunk out of that one. I'm supposed to get a trunk. It's about 20 blocks tall. As you can see in the distance there's a trunk. But each one's different, so you never know what you're going to get. But eventually I will be adding form fields in here for you to control the probabilities that things are going to happen and the heights at which they'll happen and things like that. That's coming. But right now I'm still just developing the neighbor rules. So when you have non-totalistic, totalistic means all we're going by is the count of neighbors. But to get interesting growth, we have to do more than that. We can't just go by the count of neighbors. We have to do like we do with 1D automata, which is specifically look at the individual neighbors and decide what to do based on whether those neighbors are turned on and whether they're exclusively on. So the branching, for example, you can see that there's a preference for once a bud forms, there is a tendency for it to keep growing. So that is a one neighbor rule for the north, south, east, and west faces, and the top faces for upward growth. But we'll just let this grow. And when it's finished, it'll all turn to wood. Tree, actually. There's no fruit in the trees yet. But if you wanted to, if you're into coding, you could download this alternate init.lua file, and around line 450 or so, you'll see that with tree logic, and you can play with it yourself and see what kind of trees you can get at this point before I modify the form to let you control those parameters in the form in the game. But that is coming. So right now I don't have any diagonal growth on the branches because I want them to all be connected. So it's kind of like that old screensaver from Windows 95 or Windows 3.11 where it was pipes. The screensaver was all pipes growing at right angles to each other. Kind of looks like that. So you get random, still very random. And there is a preference for growing up, but because any block has a chance of budding, you get a lot of growth in the base of the tree too. So there it is, finished. And that's our tree. Maybe we'll grow one more so we can see if we get a trunk out of it. You can grow them in the sky too. You don't have to grow them on the ground. You can grow them from here. We'll just do 50 generations for a quick one here. There, we got more of a trunk that time. There is some downward growth. You'll see buds forming on there, like that one there, on the downward side of branches. But it's very low probability, so it doesn't happen very often. So that's 50 generations. We got a random tree in the sky. Anyways, that's something you can play with. It's something that's coming to the main mod once I work out all the bugs and details. I thought you'd enjoy that. I guess that's it for now.